Hey, what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel Mayta What Ifs. Today I am back with a new story. The name of this story is What If Naruto Was Neglected and Chose Not to Be Child of Prophecy. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my other channel as well, where I'm mostly active these days. I know I've been neglecting this one, but I'm gonna try my best not to in the next year. That's my resolution. So yeah, enough of me yapping. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins at Mount Myoboku, the home of the Toad Summoning Clan, where we see all the toads were gathering around their elder's home, where Gamamaru, an elder toad who existed from the age of the Sage of the Sixth Path himself, was present. And in front of him were the elders of the clan, Ukisaka and Shima, and behind them stood proudly Menma Namikaze Uzumaki as well as Mito Namikaze Uzumaki, the twins, and Gamabunta, Jiraiya, and Minato and Kushina have also arrived in the last, as every one of their members were gathered there. As Fukusaka began, Great Elder Gamamaru-sama, we have trained the warriors that you have prophesied, but we are not able to choose amongst them. Both of them have great strength. Please, guide us through this and help us choose, said Fukusaka. We present to you the two warriors we have picked and trained according to the prophecy. Mito Uzumaki Namikaze, Menma Uzumaki Namikaze, as both of them stood forward, proud, as well as Fukusaka, the old toad, sitting on his chair, opened his eyes lazily and stared at both of them for a good 5 minutes. The silence was killing everyone. As Minato whispered to Jiraiya, how long do you think it will take? These things usually take time. Gamamaru-sama is known to be someone who loses his consciousness mostly. So we don't know. I am not going to sleep today, Jiraiya. I am fully awake, said the elder toad, looking towards him. I'm sorry, elder. Please forgive his rudeness, said Fukusaka. Jiraiya boy has still a lot to learn, even though he is our oldest student. I am aware, but I do not see a child of prophecy here amongst them. What? But that cannot be. These two are the children of the Yellow Flash and Red Death of Konoha, as you prophesied. Are these the only two children? You do know that if the child of prophecy decides he can let us be on our own devices, we can't do anything, right? Do you not have any other child? Said the old toad, looking towards Minato and Kushina, who literally felt as if their throat and tongue has turned into a sandpaper, so dry. There is one other child of ours, but he was a normal child and wasn't even made into a Jinchuriki. And he hasn't been trained like these two have from the beginning, because of their exponential chakra and being the Jinchurikis of the Kyuubi and all. So you deliberately left one of the children out. Do you mind if I can see him? I have a picture maybe. As Jiraiya was able to get a picture of an infant child at best. And then Minato and Kushina searched and were able to find a picture they took long ago when they were at the age of 3, in which Naruto, the first for the time realized, was standing looking towards them with a sad expression a bit far from them, while the four of them looked a perfect family. As Kushina and Minato looked towards one another and then gulped something from their throat that wouldn't go down, and that was guilt. And once they presented the picture, Gamamaru observed, that boy is the child of prophecy. Naruto Uzumaki, I remember. His name was given to me by my old friend, the one who would choose whether to save us or not, depending upon his heart. He is in Konoha, right? Said Gamamaru after no response came to them and there was silence everywhere. Again, there was silence. No response came. As I suspected, even you, Fukusaka, and Shima have failed as my students. Only Kami, Yami, and Shinigami can help us in this desperate time. Toads were chosen ones, and yet they have failed. Nothing is lost yet. The child is within Konoha's confines and under the watch of third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi, Jiraiya Sensei. Yeah, I'm alright, Elder. Please allow us to go and get Naruto. We can still train him, right? Time was of the essence. And the time for the prophecy fulfillment is closing near. Even if you bring him now, there won't be enough time. There has to be. We will try our best. Please. You can try. But know this, you have made a grave mistake. And so, Minato and Kushina and Jiraiya returned with Menma and Mita, who were left stunned and shocked, as both of them looked towards one another. So all of our training was for what? Nothing? Wasted? I mean, it could be like this. I agree with Menma and Nissan, but maybe the old toad has, gone. Mita motioned towards her head, rotating her finger like telling through her gestures that maybe the old toad has gone insane. Mito, don't you dare say that. Not in front of everyone. You know they can kill you for insulting an elder, right? Oh, I did not knew that, but what are we gonna do? Naruto Baka won't listen to us. Not after what we done before we came here. He will. All we have to do is convince him again. And so, with the newfound resolve to finally return to Konoha, 8 years after they had left and abandoned their son after neglecting him for his whole life. As they saw the gates of Konoha, they could see the flashbacks playing in their heads. How Naruto begged them, wanted them to not leave him behind. And they told him to man up. He would have to live without them at one point. What would he do then? What would he do if they didn't existed? So he has to find the strength in his own self and become something worthy until they return. And so they did return finally, as Jiraiya brought them out of their stupor and thoughts, bringing them to the present. We're here already. It's time to go in and face him. So they arrived at Hiruzen Sarutobi's office for the time being. They all returned, hopefully with the good news. Where is Naruto? Said Minato, licking his lips, as Hiruzen immediately looked towards their faces and then towards Menma and Mito, then sighed, rubbing his temples. So it was Naruto, wasn't it? Yes. Seems like we all made a big mistake. Well, he is working as a carpenter currently in the Land of Fire. What? He became a carpenter and, well, a good one at that. He has been hired by a lot of, well, elites of Konoha as well as of the Land of Fire. So, he goes out and constructs wooden artifacts as well as art for them. And some other stuff. He's a very well sorted out artisan, As they glanced towards one another, how did this happen? We know what we told to him, but we thought that he would become a shinobi. The day you left him, abandoned him more like it. He vowed that he would never become something like you, which he called scums, as they all flinched when they heard that. That boy turned into a man as you wanted him to be that day. He pried away from this life and became something else entirely. So much so that even the shinobis respect his art. He is currently there, working under the Minister of the Land of Fire Daimyo. You can go and visit him. And so they all arrived, within a day or two, at the Land of Fire. And there, they were at the minister's home, who led them to where Naruto was working on a huge entrance made out of wood, carefully crafted. He was wearing spectacles and was using a chisel as well as a bit of hammer to carefully chip out the wood that wasn't needed. Naruto-san, there is some people here to see you, from Konoha. The chisel and hammer stopped, and he glanced down. His blue eyes, which were focused, became filled with an emotion, and then the emotion became suppressed in them. I'll be downstairs in no time. Tell them to wait. Naruto, we are here to see you. So many people are. I'm a man who is busy doing his work. Can you not see? I have made a due date in which I will be finishing this work. And I am a man of my word. So I better keep it that way. Please, my reputation depends upon it. And so, for a whole 3 hours, Naruto did his work carefully, and all they could do was sit and observe. Once Naruto was done, he came downstairs, wiped his hand, and drank some water. Well, what can I do for you, gentlemen, ladies? How have you been, son? As you can see, I'm doing very well, said Naruto. As Minato then said, look, son, if you're here to say sorry, then you don't have to. Because I am not the one who can forgive you, neither I can be angry at you. What? Said Minato with a bit of shock. It is an emotion that is shown to those people only who you think care about you. You can be angry at them, you can be happy with them, you can forgive them when they make a mistake or hurt you. Not with the people who treat you like a stranger. And to me, Mr. Minato, you are a stranger, but you're my son. You carry my name. You can't erase that. Blood ties are nothing in today's world. You proved that firsthand to me. I lived through that. And as for the name, I dropped it long time ago. My name is Naruto. You don't even carry the name of Uzumaki. Uzumakis, you taught us, were the ones who never abandoned one of their own. And what did you do to me? So you were a hypocrite. How can you say that to our mom? Said Menma. Please, you don't need to yell at me. I'm just stating the obvious facts. And as for me, you don't have to worry about me. I'm not a kid anymore who's in need of his parents and all that. I'm a man who is out there making his own living, doing my own work like you do. By killing and conning the other people. We usually don't do that, but that is what the basic gist of your job is, right? So what, you just sit here, chisel your way through wood chips and call it an art? Not me, the people who hire me to do so and pay me huge lump sum amount of money. Those people call this an art. Me? I'm just a worker who is doing his best to interpret what they have in their mind. Now please, if you have nothing else to say, you can leave. We can't. Said Kushina, we need you. I'm sorry, what? We need you. How about for the time being you return to Konoha? It's useless to spend time here, and besides my break is over. I have to return to work, said Naruto, picking up his chisel and hammer, and then arriving there. As the minister then said, well, it seems that you have spoken to Naruto-san. I am sorry, but he is, as you can see, very busy. And even though I am the one who is hiring him to do work, he hasn't come down unless it's for rest at 10 p.m. exact. And as you can see, it still is their time, so he would rather work. That is how he is. That is why people want him to make a special art for them. Something that they only can imagine. And so, once Naruto was done, 2 days later, when Minato and Kushina had returned, he did return back to Konoha. And they witnessed not a grand welcome that they received, but Naruto did. He was respected everywhere, by the civilian sector especially, because he had made them proud, not the shinobi sector. As the shinobis respected him as well because he had made a name out of himself, and a damn good one. The one that might even overshadow the legacy of his own father. As now we see, Naruto arrived inside the Hokage office. Well, Hiruzen-sama, I am back. I was informed on my way here when I was about to go and greet the Ichirakus that I am needed at the Hokage office. What is it that you need from me? It's your parents who need something from you, not me. I believe that I have no parents. How can you say that to us? Said Naruto, looking towards them, as Kushina said this in tears. They are your parents, the ones who abandoned me, the ones who left me while I begged on my knees to not leave me behind. You were angry at us? Who wouldn't be? Anyone with a brain and thinking capability would be, no? Look, what happens in the past is in the past. I don't care about any one of you anymore because that is what you taught me. You showed me that you didn't care about me. I tried my best. I begged. I cried. I did everything a child could. Back then you didn't listen. And so now that I am suddenly important to you, that you only came back. Look, son, this is some sort of punishment. You can punish us later, but the fate of the whole elemental nation is not my responsibility. I am a carpenter, an artisan. I'm not a shinobi. How can you say that to your own parents, who gave birth to you, and then abandon me, Jiraiya-san, on your words? So much for being a godfather, right? As Jiraiya remained quiet after that. Look, I do not know what has been told to you or happened to you out of nowhere. Not that you bothered to check on me for the past 8 years or so, as they flinched when they heard this from Naruto. But I could give two shits, with all respect, about what is going on with you and the fate of the world. The world is gonna sooner or later end because of us. Better sooner than later. If that is all, then I'll be leaving because I have a job at Kumo. Kumo? But that village has nothing to do with me. I'm neither in Uzumaki nor am I a Namikaze. So, they are in need of me. Their Hokage, Asama, wants something done to his home, some woodwork, and I am the one who he hired, especially. So, I have to go there because Konoha needs good ties with Kumo, and this way, there might be a bridge that might open. Naruto is right. The prophecy can wait. For the time being, this is more important. And so Naruto left. Minato and Kushina looked towards one another as they sat down now in their home while Naruto was away. Really screwed up him. Screwed? He abandoned him. I remember vaguely any memories with him. Very vague. That is because we didn't have any memories with him, Kushina. We always neglected him. But the fate of the world, what about that? As Jiraiya then said, there's nothing we can do. You have to go and come clean with the elders. And so they returned. And they came clean. Fukusaka and Shima were angry. Gamabunta was angry, but Gamamaru, he sighed. The child has chosen a different path, but he is still doing what it was intended. What? Their eyes widen. He, through his art, is connecting bridges. That is what is needed to establish peace. There might be a slight glimmer of hope that we might be able to withstand what is to come. With this, so my suggestion is to leave as it is. Don't try to fix what is not broken. But our relationship isn't existent anymore. You let that go when you abandoned him. I am aware, because I have seen those memories. That boy doesn't carry an ounce of hatred towards you, because he has learned long ago. Hatred is for those who you at one point cared about and have hurted you. And maybe they can be forgiven. So neither he can forgive you or hate you because he doesn't care about you at all. To him, you are all like strangers who one passes by and doesn't even bat an eye on. That is how you are to him now. So let things be as they are. And in the end, Minato and Kushina had no other choice but to step aside. Minma and Mita were angry and a bit jealous because they worked their asses off, and in the end, their brother, who used a chisel and did some carpenting, was called an artist and hailed as a hero and a generational talent of their own time, in something that wasn't even their society stood upon. But that wasn't the case for Naruto. He was rich, happy, and the most sought out artist and worker throughout the elemental nation. So much so that even Orochimaru wanted to hire him, even the Akatsuki, because he was just that good. As this is where I will be leaving the story off, guys, for the time being. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my other channel as well. Look, if you want, I can make something like in deep detail about this. If you want any addition, do give me suggestions in the comment section, because I see that this story might have potential, but because I have to upload this like within an hour or so, I am ending the story here for the time being. So do let me know what you guys think, and maybe we can revise this as a short movie or a movie later on. So yeah, this is me, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.